Hey everyone, it's Marabelle Blue, and this is the final video for the evening because I am completely exhausted and I need to get rest because I have yet again another big day tomorrow. So here is my KEM Top Talk reality TV short on The Bachelor starring Lowe. And this week, it's actually this week's episode that aired on the 11th of February, where they all flew to St. Croix. Now, the minute that they got to St. Croix, Tierra immediately moved herself into the hallway because she cannot hang out with women who is trying to play on her boyfriend. Now Sean is her boyfriend. And while all the women like to believe that Sean is their boyfriend, the fact of the matter is that he is just dating everybody. Nobody is in a committed relationship. You can't be in a committed relationship if you're seeing a bunch of people at the same time. Unless there's a new rule that I don't know about. So, now Tierra has something with Ashlee because Ashlee in past episodes has confided in Sean and has let Sean know that Tierra is not who she says she is or who she thinks she is because, she's one way with him and then she's another way with the girls, which is true. With the girls, she's cursing them out and she's like, I'm done with this conversation. You're just jealous of me. I mean, the woman has been through it all. She fell up the stairs. She almost froze to death. Then something else happened. I can't even remember what that was. But every little thing with her was some dramatic bullshit after another. Can you tell I'm not a fan of dramatic women? I like a little drama, but when it's like over the top, I have like no compassion when something happens. And chances are something is always going to happen because you're too busy making an ass out of yourself. So she has this thing with Ashlee now. She has like some bullshit with her. And Ashlee had a date with Sean, I believe, in this episode. Or maybe I'm wrong. But she called Ashlee a cougar. Now, Ashlee is 32 years old. She is nowhere near a cougar. And if Tierra knows the meaning of a cougar, it is when an older woman dates a younger guy. Could you stop that? My fucking cats. I swear to God, it's like late and they all want to start for some reason. So, Tierra, let's get the meaning right with what a cougar is. A cougar is when an older woman, preferably over 40, will date a guy who's about in his 20s. Something maybe I'm doing. Did I just say that? So, yes. So in this episode, Ashlee professes her love. She screams out from the top of her lungs that she loves Sean, blah, 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 blah. I'm not impressed. She hasn't even had a hometown date yet. Usually this happens around the hometown date. And she's already crying out, I love you. And she's saying I love you to him. It's all very sad and sickening, if you ask me. Now, Tierra gets a one-on-one date with him in this episode. She's so excited. They go out on the town. It's like a town date where he's like buying her a whole bunch of stuff. And she tells Sean that she's falling for him. I don't believe it. It sounds very insincere. It doesn't sound genuine at all. Yeah, I'm falling for you. Like falling off a bridge, falling off a cliff, like where are you falling? Because I was a little perplexed as to what she was talking about. It was very, very, very fake. Can you tell that I don't like Tierra? Yes, this is all still the same night, me talking. The group date, blah. He got the girls up early. He took pictures of them because he wanted like morning pictures. The only one that came out actually decent was Catherine. But there really is nothing, highs about the group date. They all went out. They discovered the island. They did all of these things, and good for them. Now, towards the end of the episode, Sean has a conversation with his sister. He flew his sister down because he had some concerns about what was going on with Tierra. Now, if you remember what I just said before in the previous video, and I'm surprised that I remembered, he got rid of Selma and Daniela, which would have not been ideal because keeping Tierra is like, why would you keep a crazy woman? But then I could understand the logic of letting go of Selma because clearly her religion was much more important, which means that if it's like that, then she should be finding someone who matches her religious beliefs and backgrounds, and tradition and culture instead of, being hotty trotty on TV. I do have to say Selma is very hot. But that whole religion thing, I really don't like that at all. It's like a Jehovah's Witness knocking on my door. It's like, can you get the fuck out? Nobody invited you, so then why are you bothering me? So he has this conversation with his sister regarding Tierra and his concerns, and his sister was right. When a woman has a problem being around other women and there's constantly friction and fighting and disagreement and drama, that woman, she's going to be different around a man because she's only going after what she wants. Now, is that right? Well, there's nothing wrong with going after what you want. But at what cost or expense? Like, who are you going to step on in the process to do it? I mean, the people at Wall Street do it. Does that make it okay? No. But I guess in the name of love, you really shouldn't do that because I was watching Wendy Williams earlier because I like to watch her Hot Topics and listen to her rant and rave about celebrities and things of that nature and giving them advice, unsolicited advice, I should say. And then I forgot where I was going with this. I hate when I have the train of thought, but or when I lose my train of thought. Damn it! How come I can't remember what I just said? So yes, he had those concerns, and he contacted his sister so that he can pretty much get advice. Now, on his way to fetching Ashlee, not Ashlee, Tierra. Tierra is having an argument with Ashlee about Sean and about the way she is and the two-face that she's showing and things of that nature. Now, unfortunately, Sean did not come into this argument. By the time he came in, or the way they edited the footage, was that he came in after the argument happened, and she was busy in the room crying. Now, when Sean goes into the room together and they cut into her, crying, she lifts up her head and her eyes are completely dry, which means that she really was not crying, which only makes me wonder how coordinated was this that Sean would walk in right after an argument happened and that he would catch her crying yet again. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if Anderson Cooper was right, if this is all a fake, because it's just too carefully choreographed. The only thing that should be choreographed is a dance number. And this is definitely nothing of reality. So, Sean listens to what she's saying, and she's talking about how she can't handle this, and it's too much for her. I guess her little crying stints after a while didn't work. And Sean told her that he wanted her to meet somebody, and then he told her, I'll be right back, and he walks away, and he kind of like ponders it over, and then finally, ding, he's not thinking with his ding-dong anymore, he's thinking with his actual brain and saying, hey, this girl is fucking crazy, Everywhere I go, there's some kind of drama. Now, he got rid of Casey B because he didn't like that Casey had said something about her. And then when Ashlee said something about her, he was kind of like on the fence. Other people have said things about Tierra, and he just got rid of them right away. He didn't get rid of Ashlee because clearly he likes Ashlee, at least for now. I don't think that she's going to last very long because her true colors are also showing. She is a bit needy, but I don't know if that's what happens with people who have serious abandonment issues. This woman was completely abandoned by her parents, and I believe the people that she was raised by abused her. I don't know how they abused her, where it was a verbal, emotional, or physical. The fact of the matter is that this woman is really damaged, and you know, she's so beautiful on the outside, but on the inside she's like fucked up. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, because I certainly don't say this out of sheer spite, to chastise someone that I don't know. I don't want it to come out like that, but I need to say that some people have so much inside of them that you're not going to know until you really get to know them. And that's the scary part, because then after you get to know them, you have to question yourself, do you still want to be friends with this person or not? Do you still want to be involved with that person or not? So it's kind of, putting yourself between a rock and a hard place. It's like really fucked up. So then this happens, and, he comes to the conclusion that it's not going to work out. I mean, it took you all of that, like right before hometown dates. What a disaster would have been if he would have met her family. And there have been other bachelors that have gone to the craziest homes of people. And you wonder, like, why did he even get that far in the first place? And he sent her ass packing. Now, of course, she was hysterical, crying. This is what the girls want. This is a perfect example of a woman who likes to pass the buck and blame other people for their problems. I experience people like this. I used to experience them a lot when I worked in corporate America. It was horrible to have to come in and endure lowly bitches who had no life. Their life began at 9, the minute they hit the office, and ended at 5:30. After that, I don't know what they did, but they certainly didn't have a life, because their life revolved around that workplace. I had an experience like that with some bitch at my old job, and recently I had a conversation with someone about her because she was going around telling people that she was afraid of me. Afraid of what? I mean, it's like, what are you afraid of? You invent things to justify and rationalize your outrageous sort of nonsense because you're fucking crazy. And hello, here we are in 2013, and now people are starting to see the bitch is crazy after all, and I wasn't making it up. So it's sad to say that there are some people that don't see the crazy right away. Now, I don't know if this day and age, with everything that's going on in our society, that people are able to detect crazy instantaneously, but it's rather frightening that it took him that long to get rid of her. And again, when you're in a closed environment like that and you really don't have access to the media or phones, because I'm sure they're all banned from using phones or looking at TV, and they're all looking at each other, you can get like pretty bored. So I hope they bring books and shit like that and read, because I would lose my mind having to sit there. I mean, yeah, for the sake of love, no, not for me. It's not even worth it. I'll find love the old-fashioned way, thank you very much, with the cameras not looking. Even though it would be interesting to have a reality KEM Top Talk Marabelle Blue going out on different dates, right? That would be funny, because when I don't like a guy, my facial gestures, I can't hide it. When I don't like you, I don't like you, period, the end. So yes, she goes home. She's hysterical crying. She blames the other women. Of course it's their fault. That's what they wanted. Why would it be her fault at all? I just want to go home. She says, you know, go home, bitch. She was probably the only one that cried in the limo that if anybody was watching, didn't feel sorry for her at all. She was fake from the minute that she arrived, from the whole time that she was on the show, and now hearing that she's engaged, it was all about, I want my 5 minutes worth of fame. So you got it, Tierra. You'll probably get it again when Chris Harrison puts you in the hot seat for the Bachelor, you know, Women Tell All. And then everybody will forget about you like they've forgotten about every other drama queen that has been on The Bachelor. So enjoy it while you can, because that's the only talent that you have, clearly, being a drama queen. Now, what was the other thing? Yeah, Sean was actually thinking with his brain. I went through all that. Okay. Now, Sean gives her this really good speech. He says, you know, he feels that it's too much for her. She can't handle it. Now, while there was all a good excuse, I think he should have just been forthcoming and said, look, you know what? You have a lot of baggage and you're not the one for me. He didn't tell her that. So here's a question for you guys. Don't categorize any crazy girls, but let's say you dated somebody that was not all that crazy, but you knew that girl was not for you. Why couldn't you just tell her the truth? Have you told her the truth, and what was the outcome? And if you didn't tell her the truth and you made an excuse, what was the outcome? And what if you were just a fadeaway? And if you don't know what a fadeaway is, I wrote about this years ago in one of my Kinky magazine editorials. A fadeaway is when a guy has a relationship with a woman, goes with her on several dates, and then one day disappears. No call, no email, no text, nothing. Have you done that? And if so, why? I would like to personally know why people do that. Have I done it? Yes, but after the first date. Oh, I want to go out with you again, Marabelle. Sure. Okay. And then just never connect because there was nothing there in the first place. So I think that he should have been better off telling her the truth and not some bullshit excuse about she can't handle being there. It wasn't about her not being able to be there. It was about that she was a nut, that she is a nut. She's not all there. Sorry, she just isn't. Okay, so no, I didn't empathize with her at all. And this is a very short one. So the rose ceremony, this is before the hometown dates, very crucial. Sean comes in, he announces to everybody that Tierra went home because the girls were clueless as to what happened to her. They saw them walk out together and they didn't see them come back. And Sean, who already made up his mind about what he wanted to do, said that there was not going to be any cocktail party. He's already made up his mind, and he's going to go give out the roses. And the roses went as follows. Catherine, Desiree, Lindsay, and Ashlee. Who went home? Tierra and Leslie M. If you don't know who Leslie M is, it doesn't matter. But what was funny was that Catherine fell apart because she felt that Leslie M. and herself were compatible to Sean. So why would he get rid of her? And, you know, where does that leave her? I don't know why you're comparing yourself to another woman. Why would you do that? And as far as Ashlee is concerned, open social cam. I better still be recording because some weird message came up. She's convinced that Sean is the one for her. But, you know, Sean may not be the one for you, honey. So don't be too confident. So that's it. No more for tonight. I'll be doing Sin City Rules, the endings of the last shows, in the next couple of days. This is Marabelle Blue with the KEM Top Talk Reality TV short. Good night, everybody.